Well, hello. Welcome back to another exciting edition of Coffee with Steven. So I hope you guys are all healthy and well during these apocalyptic times. The blog this week is entitled The Infantilization of the United States. It wasn't the original blog that I had written for this week. Actually, I had written on something completely unrelated. And on Sunday, I decided that it was probably best to start commenting on some of the things that we've seen taking place over the last few days. It don't go into tremendous detail, and if you're looking for magic bullets or the answer to the problems, you're probably not going to find it in the blog. And in fact, some of you might actually find what I write to be a little disconcerting. There are some merits to some of the feelings that some of the protesters have. Now, having said that, the use of violence in order to promulgate an agenda is completely unacceptable, and property crime, it's problematic to say the least. That notwithstanding, there are some legitimate things that they're saying that probably do need to be addressed. Regardless, there's sort of an overarching philosophical problem that I think actually is manifest on both sides of this argument. At the end of the day, one of the things that's causing all of the grievance, all of the disturbance, all of the angst has to do with a criminal justice system that has essentially become commercialized and to a large extent used against a specific segment of the population for profiteering and economic gain. That needs to stop. It's completely contrary to the principles that this country was founded on, regardless of whether or not someone has exhibited a criminal intent is really immaterial to the argument right now. The bigger question is that criminal intent manifest because of the existence of a penal code and a police agency that is looking to establish high arrest rates so that they can get high incarceration rates? Or is it because they actually want to victimize other people? The purpose of the government is very, very specific. It is to protect us against tyranny. It's to protect us against someone who doesn't have the ability to use the power of persuasion to get us to behave in a certain way, and instead results to force or the threat of force in order to get their agenda through. Arguably, what the protesters are doing right now, when I say the protesters, it's probably an improper term. It's a broader concept than that, right? The protesters are certain people that are absolutely exercising fundamental First Amendment rights, and I respect them for doing so. I'm talking about those individuals that are utilizing violence as a means of trying to get some sort of retributive or coercive way of getting some sort of what they consider to be a need for systemic change. In any event, I want you to read it. Hopefully it'll cause you to have some thoughts. As always, you can email me directly at steven@artemishq.com. You can comment directly on the blog. Regardless of your thoughts, I want you to train constantly, train consistently, train repetitively, and train with purpose. And above all else, stay safe.